ridiculous, I know, but that's literally what the game is about.
Yep. Hey, everybody.
However, because it's such a, gloomy game, the descriptions are often quite hilarious. So you have to weave a story about these characters and try to have your own family have, bad experiences while simultaneously trying to give your opponent's family good experiences.
Also, it said when I loaded up the game, I don't know if you saw it, Zelda. It said that when you're hovering over the cards, it's better to press M to zoom in. It's like a magnifying lens instead of pressing Alt, so you can see them better.
I don't like that.
It's kind of weird. But apparently M is a magnifying lens that you can use to look at everything.
I believe you've seen this game played on Tabletop, right?
Long time ago. And also, I think I watched, when I still watched Rooster Teeth, they also played board games, and I think they played Gloom at one point. They had their own show of playing board games.
It's a weird thing to look at this, because in the physical version, the actual cards are see-through.
Oh.
Which means if you play something on one of your characters, you can see it when you play the next thing on top of it. So the usually the points, are visible through the cards. Unless the card you play specifically overwrites one of them.
Yeah. I remember now. Shanti is asking, why is your game entitled Phasmophobia? Yeah, you still have... We're hunting some spookies. It's Phasmophobia.
Oh, weird.
There, we're feeling gloomy, and later we'll be feeling dead. It's Gloom with SpiderMwa. There we go. But it's still Phasmophobia. Categories.
It's changed now.
There, Tabletop. All right.
I was looking for it while you were reading the other thing.
Mine is just Tabletop Simulator, Gloom with a Zelda. I've got nothing clever to say about Gloom because I don't remember it.
Yeah, that's fine. There is somewhere, but I cannot remember where I can see the names of the... Oh, there it is. Yeah. I have the venerable family from Hemlock Hall. Your wonderful cast of characters this time is Dark's Den of Deformity, the traveling circus.
Dark's Den of Deformity.
Just take a look at the characters.
Oh, yeah, Ringmaster and... Alright. Samson O'Toole, the bearded man. While bearded ladies are always popular, a few people seem interested in Samson's remarkable deformity. It's just a guy with a beard.
Yeah, exactly. Now this is perfect because that is the entire tone of the game. It's that silly.
Mr. Giggles, creepy clown. Mr. Giggles always has a smile for the children. It's a skeleton. He ain't alive even, is he?
No, probably
Darius
not.
Dark, sinister ringmaster. The carnival is in Dark's blood, and there is quite a lot of blood in this carnival. I can imagine, yeah. Elisandre de Ville, the illustrated lady. Sadly, Elisandra's modesty prevents her from sharing her remarkable tattoos with the world. Yeah, she's fully clothed.
Oh, yeah.
Thumbelisa, the meditative diva. Darius Dark would have been wiser to promote Thumbelisa's minute size instead of her mediocre operatic talents.
Yeah. So Darius is not a good judge of what's profitable.
Yeah. Hey, Alan.
Hey, Alan.
And hey, Glumfoot, and Gabriel, Nathan.
On my side, I have Hemlock Hall. The Lord of which is Lord Wellington Smythe, dumbfounded Duke. Since the death of his wife, he has doted on his two young children, despite the remarkable lack of paternal resemblance.
Uh-huh.
We have the twins, the adorable tots. The Wellington Smythe twins are the sweetest, demonically possessed sociopath you'll ever meet.
Oh.
Goody Czar, the nefarious nanny. Goody Czar has been most vigilant in schooling the children. They're nearly halfway through Ye Big Book of Poisons.
Oh.
They have Lola Wellington Smythe, the wild child. Once in a lifetime, you have the chance to dance with the devil or dice with death. For Lola, that's a slow night. Lastly, we have Butterfield, the lurking butler. Whatever it is, he did it.
Oh, of course, the butler did it, yeah. The electrician is installing the 50 amp plug for my trailer. I'm gonna have electricity, finally. Yay! Gabriel's getting electricity.
He's gonna get the spark. All right, so you pull 5 cards.
5.
Yep.
There we go.
In each round, you play 2 or more cards. You play 2, and if one of your cards says you can play another one, you get that, of course.
Okay.
The most basic rule is if you have any cards that are death cards, they have the little skull and the raven in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Those can only be played as the very first card on your round. That means you cannot give your character a negative score and then kill them. You have to kill them as the first thing.
Okay.
So that negative score has to carry over from your previous round. That is the most basic thing. Then there are some symbols at the bottom of the cards. We can disregard those for now because they make things kind of weird.
Okay.
In regards to some let you pick more cards, some let you refresh your entire hand, that kind of thing. But we can disregard those for now.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, there is... I'll discard this card and then draw a new one to show what it is. There are these, which are events, which is just a one-time effect. So in this instance, I would play this card and discard all modifier cards from one living character. That could be my own, that could be one of yours.
Okay.
I'll just draw one more, so I have 5. All right. You want me to start, or do you want to start?
I mean, I pretty much don't know what I'm doing, so.
So what you do is, at the top of each of your cards, there's a little white box with a little text in it.
Yep.
You have to use that sentence and weave a story for the character. That's about it. So
Okay.
if I start, I could go with the slow night for Lola, in my case. She's the wild child. She usually goes out and, goes to the town, but unfortunately, because of a random epidemic that raged through the town they live near, she has been confined to Hemlock Hall, and that has been quite distressing for Lola. She has a habit of, blowing off steam even when she has no steam to blow off. Mm-hmm. It's just her usual thing to go into town and do basically, not just whatever, but basically everything that you don't want your child to do. But having been confined to Hemlock Hall, she's beginning to feel, the clutches, real grip of cabin fever. And she just longs to go out. So in a completely desperate bid to get something out of the day, she almost flees out of the back door and into the wild gardens beyond Hemlock Hall. And out there is a lot of fauna and flora going wild. She's never been out there. She always goes to town. She knows the way to town, but she's never been in the backwoods here. She's stumbling around and trying to find her way. She's been looking at beautiful flowers and all kinds of miserable things when you're a wild child. And all of a sudden she realizes she's lost. And as she realizes she's lost, she misses a step on the path and tumbles headfirst into the underbrush. And in there, she is pierced by porcupines.
Ooh.
Yeah. So not a very good time. That's how you do it.
Sometimes having too many points can be a dangerous thing.
Sometimes there's a funny text here, sometimes there's another thing the card can do.
All right.
But that's basically it. And I would be playing another card as well. Play
All right.
2 and then draw back up to 5. Let's see. Well, in... All right, let's take Butterfield for an example. He is the lurking butler, and he notices that poor Lola has been, cooked up for so long that she's vertically fled from the premises. And after a couple of hours where she hasn't come back, and he knows she's left by the back door, he begins to wonder, I wonder where she went. Because if she goes out the front door, he knows she goes to the town to do her thing, but she left from the back door. She went into the wild beyond. He begins to worry, so he starts looking for her. And as he starts looking closer, at the beginning close to the hall, then further and further out, at some point he accidentally wanders into a neighbor's yard, where poor Butterfield doesn't expect this to happen, but the neighbor's dog come bounding out their veranda door, and he is pursued by poodles. It may look silly, but they can strip the meat off a rhinoceros in less than a minute.
Oh no! It's the piranha poodles from Monkey Island.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there we go. If you have some positive things, you can always tell a story about my characters, or you can do it on your own. That's up to you. That's the game. And then you just try to be the first to kill your family.
That's the when it's the minus amount. How do you know that? Like, do they have a certain amount of health? That when you put enough of these, they die, or just the numbers are just
they just have to be below 0. So right now the baseline is 0, and as long as they're below, they can be killed.
All right. Let's see.
Gabriel, that's kind of basically what this is. So you're kind of right.
That's an interesting card, but a strong one. All right, let's see. Who will get this card? Because this is an interesting one.
Ooh.
All right, so this was what was the name of this again? Dark's Den of Deformity. One of the not so successful carnivals ever created. And
Of course not.
yeah, I mean, out of all of them, you have to say that the bearded man, he's not feeling too well, because he's like the most normal out of all of these people. He's just a guy with a beard. I mean, he looks very Amish. Like, they made him even look like he's just a farmer guy.
Yeah.
So he's not really even
really
sticking out of the whole crowd of these other weirdos. And he's feeling very depressed. And when you're feeling depressed, there are a couple of things that could help you. You could look at the sunshine to lift up your spirits. You could go for drawings, and you can be like Bob Ross, and draw happy landscapes with happy accidents and beat the devil out of it. Yeah. But he's not that kind of a guy. This is so depressing, being in this kind of a group of weirdos and him being so normal. He has to go for drinking. That's the only thing that he can really do, is just go for drinking. But with drinking and all other things that could happen, he could do just all kinds of other problems could surface, and with him, unfortunately, he has contracted consumption.
Wow. Oh no.
Conspicuous consumption is such a tragedy. He tries to hide it, but problems have happened. And now my draw limit is decreased by 1 card, so I can only have 4 in my hand. Is that what it is?
That is exactly what it is. And let's see, the that symbol beside it, that little circle with an arrow in it, means that that is ongoing until you cover this card. So until you can no longer see that symbol.
All right. So then I can go back to 5. All right. Let's see the other one. What was it again? Oh yeah. Well, Thumbelisa, you know, she's small, but she tries her best to entertain people with her operatic voice, which is not the best, because she's small. Her voice is not as strong as it would be for a person of normal size. Still, people come to watch her and all that, but she hangs out with our bearded man a bit too much. They like each other and all that, but she also falls into the category of not feeling too well. So sometimes she takes a drink or two, and because of her diminutive size, alcohol can affect her a little bit easier than on a normal person.
Yeah,
and
makes sense.
She loves a life of, you know, I would say a little bit of danger and excitement. So, being small, she tries to learn how to drive a car. It doesn't go well, so she was driven to drink, technically. Don't drive and drink.
I
can make jokes.
I see.
mean, yeah, she wants to drive, but she can't reach the pedals or even see over the steering wheel or the dashboard, so...
And now you get to draw back up to, well, 4 this time.
Yeah, 4, just 1 card. Whee!
Let's see.
I like this.
That's perfect. So, Lola is still out there somewhere, having been punctured by porcupines and is slowly, you know, almost bleeding to death. And there is the wonderful thing about the... I was about to say the moors of Massachusetts, but that doesn't exist. Well, it does now. There's the wonderful thing about the backwoods and the moors of Massachusetts, that people can and often do just disappear. And in this case, because she had fallen, you know, headfirst into the underbrush and was outside her comfort zone, she never returned.
Oh.
Good riddance.
Well, she did, yo. Good riddance. It says so.
Normally, I'll see if I can do this. Hang on. Normally, I have to flip the bottom card so it says "Our dearly departed," but I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, it locks in place by, I think it said there was a way of unlocking it. Oh yeah, L on a card to unlock it and move if needed. So press L.
L. All right. So that one and another one.
Can you unlock that? There.
Yep, I can.
There you go. She did.
Yeah. So now it says "Our dearly departed." It's so morbid. I love it. Well, the thing is, Samson O'Toole had, you know, driven Thumbelisa to drink because they were going to the same party or the same bar. The thing is, even though Thumbelisa is a small person and being thus affected much more rapidly by the alcohol, she also has a ravenous appetite, which means she can out-eat almost any person. And while everybody was so fascinated by how quickly she got drunk, nobody noticed how much of their food she actually ate. Once they did, though, everybody was cheering for her because they had found a new talent they might be able to promote for her. Oh, that was weird. Hang on. There we go. And she found fame at a feast. It's easy to be the life of the party when other guests keep dying.
Ah, great.
On the positive side, that means you now get to draw 2 cards.
Oh, I get to. Awesome.
Yes, because it's played on your character. And your hand limit isn't affected by this.
All right.
Of course, competitive eating. What else?
All right, there we go. Does that
Right,
negate like the minus 15 that I had, or is it just...
Yes. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist. It's
All right.
basically the rule.
Okay. Well, first of all, let me think. What I'm gonna do is... I mean, the butler went to looking for the dearly departed now, because she never returned, so I would assume that he didn't find her. But he's still being pursued by the poodles, so maybe that's the reason why he didn't find her. But luckily, he's always being good at one thing. Playing cards.
Oh.
And he always carries a pack of cards with him, so he can play whenever. But he also has a special talent. He's like Gambit. He can throw those like throwing stars and defeat whatever he wants. He's very sharp. He's like a combination of, Deathshot and Gambit, throwing cards like ninjas and stars. And with that talent, he has been very clever at cards, and he is able to defeat the poodles. Aces and eights again. Now, let's see, my second card. What could I play? So how did, like, this that you showed here, this is an event card, right?
Yep.
And you just play it and then create a story around it or something?
Yeah.
Does it go straight to the discard when you play it?
It does.
All right.
Because it's a one-time thing.
All right. Here's the story. It was a stormy night. And that's it. Yeah, it's a stormy night. That's just what it is. There's a story. So now I can draw 4 cards. And play any one card as a free play and then discard until I've got the draw limit, which is 4.
Yep.
So 4 cards. And let's see what I can play. Ooh. All right, I've got a good card to play. Let's see.
All right.
Actually, this will work perfectly for my situation. All right. So Mr. Giggles, the creepy clown, is one of the weirdest of the group because he doesn't really talk much. After all, he's a skeleton. But he weirdly does move around because he's probably possessed by a ghost that cannot talk. He's not like animatronics from a certain franchise. And that's why there is dark things. It's just like the clacking of the, like Murray keeps clacking his jaw. And, but there are moments when you look at Mr. Giggles, you think that you see something. There might be something there. But it's not from Mr. Giggles himself. Like, you don't see his eyes glow, his eye sockets glowing or anything. But there might be something around him. And Darius Dark keeps him around because he wants to see if he can capture these other things to be in his whole carnival. And he is sure that Mr. Giggles is kept greeted by ghosts. That's what you get for revisiting your old haunts. Like, Mr. Giggles is haunted by others.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And now I can discard 3 cards from my hand. I'll get rid of
and
that.
Those cards are allowed to be any card you want to discard. It doesn't have to be the ones you drew.
Yeah. And it's perfect because I get rid of 3 cards, I will have 4 in my hand. Just wondering which ones to get rid of. That one. And what was this card? I'll keep that one, but I'll get rid of this one. There we go. And that's my turn.
All right.
That is fun. Creating stories about these very weird characters.
Well, fantastic little Thumbelisa, who could now out-eat just about anybody.
Leave my Thumbelisa alone.
One of the people she ended up actually taking the food from at this feast where she was with Samson was Goody. Goody Star was out on town because she had a 1 night off from teaching the twins. It was a free night, and she was out to just get some local colors, some different food, something not prepared by Butterfield for once. And she was at this feast, and she had most of her dinner stolen by this diminutive thing that just kept eating. The only thing she was left with, she found out, was a bowl of pudding. Now the problem is, in this place where ghosts routinely, possess stuff and goes around calling themselves Mr. Giggle, stuff happens in these weird parts. And as she went to her bowl of pudding and wanted to eat it, something was moving around down there, and it wasn't something in the pudding. It turned out to be the pudding. It started making faces at her, and she actually, for once, got scared. She was indeed perturbed by the pudding.
Shark-infested custard is an acquired taste, indeed.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'd be scared too. Escape, bro.
Now the thing is, after his wife died, Lord Wellington Smythe hasn't been, keeping up with himself. He hasn't taken care of his mental or physical health, even though his mental health was gone even long before that. But his physical health has started to really deteriorate. And, sometimes it just catches you off guard what happens. And it does seem that this time, Lord Wellington Smythe went to the doctor and got a diagnosis that he wasn't prepared for, because who the hell gets that these days? He was, in fact, galled by gangrene.
Aww.
Who likes to lose a limb? All right, your turn.
Let's see what I can come up with. All right. So Darius Dark created this Gardevoir just to see how well he can do, but he is not the smartest man, because when you think about his attractions in it, it's not just his creep show, as he calls it, with all these characters that we have here. He also has all kinds of games that are very, you could call them lame. Like it is like there's the ball throw, but it's like 1 pin that you need to take down, so it's very easy. Or there's a target, but it's like only 2 feet away, so everybody gets a bullseye. Everybody keeps winning all this stuff. He's not a smart man at all. And because of this, he's being not so very smart. He sometimes doesn't really pay attention. He's a bit absent-minded, because he's trying to think the next scheme on how to try to get money out of people. Then his schemes usually don't work. And because of that, he just does things on the side, and it could be dangerous sometimes because he's almost burned himself many times. Yes, also like almost stepped into potholes and everything, fallen down, break his neck. That could happen. But this time, I have to say that he really didn't read the labels, and he just went and drank too much rye.
Oh.
He just straight up went to drink rye and just kept drinking because it, tasted so good. So
I would imagine that would have been Samson, given the drinking.
But I wanted to
the only one with negative.
just wanted to go for it.
Just remember, Darius can't die. He hasn't had a negative experience yet.
Oh, damn! I forgot that. No negativity. No, well, baby, then turn it into.
It does work with Samson. He was drinking.
He was drinking, and now he drank too much rye.
Poor Samson.
At least the remains are already pickled.
Oh God.
But now that effect is gone, so I can grab 2.
You only take 1 card, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh right. Wait, no, that was last round. Yeah, because I used that for my story. That was last round. So that was 1 card.
Yeah, that was
to play
card.
1 more.
I'm gonna ignore the 2 that I picked. It's these 3 over here. Let's go with. Let's see. All right. So, we haven't heard anything from the twins much.
Not yet, no.
What's
That's
happening
true.
with them? So, it is all because that they have been ignored, of course, by their father. The butler is doing his own thing, and the nanny has gone, out. So they're alone in the house, pretty much. Well, their father is, of course, around. Somewhere. Who knows what he's doing. But the twins then hear a knock at the door. Even though their father has told them not to open the door, they really don't listen to him because he doesn't listen to them. So they go and open the door, and behind the door is a very nice person who is dressed up like what looks like to be the attire of a priest. But it's not a priest. It is actually the bishop has come to visit them. And the bishop says that you children are doing so badly. Let me bless you with the power of God. And he does by the in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and they get blessed by the bishop.
Oh.
And he also does funerals. It says so in the card. Also does funeral.
If you're wondering about the sound, Dexter's trying to eat my microphone.
Ah. But this is also good for you, because now you may discard any number of cards from your hand and then draw until you reach your limit. So you're welcome.
Oh. Awesome.
But they have now plus 20.
In that case. That one.
Uh-huh.
Is that one and that one.
Wow. 2 death cards. You had quite the hand there.
That's the problem. If you have too many death cards, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, you have
pass.
you have to play them. Or
Here we go.
you're welcome.
All right. Thank you. You get to draw another card.
Oh yeah.
Boink.
Now it's your turn.
Awesome. We have.
Oh right. Good.
Sometimes it's the wording on the cards. Let's see.
There we go.
The
I forgot to turn Sansam's card. Now it says our dearly departed. Too bad for Samson. He just drank too much. He probably got so drunk that he started drinking rye.
Yeah, that seems likely.
Just couldn't stop until he was dead. First consumption, then death by rye. Wow.
Poor guy.
I was really killing him.
Yeah.
Right from the get-go.
Let's see.
One of the things about the game that I like is because it's dark humor, and I enjoy dark humor.
Yeah, it's very silly dark humor too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't really what I wanted to. Anyway. Well, Butterfield was clever at cards, having used them to defeat the poodles, and being clever at cards also means you're good at whatever card game you pick up. And this means that Butterfield actually found fame, and thus his own fortune. Unfortunately, he doesn't know exactly what to do with said fortune, because he's only seen how Lord Wellington's mites, handle his affairs, and he isn't the best role model on top of not paying Butterfield enough money to actually learn how to spend it. So Butterfield promptly spends all of his money and goes to the seaside on a vacation. That's what he wants to do. Problem is, this is the moors of Massachusetts. A lot of weird stuff goes on, and at the seaside, Butterfield spots a largish animal that he hasn't seen before. He doesn't get out much. He's a butler after all. And he doesn't read much because he's a butler after all. He doesn't have time. He just dotes on his patron. So he doesn't know what it is. He just sees this massive animal and he decides that maybe it wants to be friends. So he approaches this big hulking monstrosity. It's quite a lot larger than he is. Unfortunately, said animal isn't in the best of spirits and decides to not just hurt him, but actually maul him. And Butterfield, poor Butterfield, was mauled by a manatee.
Freaking manatee!
Yes. Let's see, what would be... I have to discard a card every time I play a modifier, including that one. So...
They're fierce if you rile them.
That's what I mean if I about the wording on the cards. This is another one. I have to discard it though, but I just love the wording on this one. Went mildly mad.
Went mildly mad. There is no sanity clause.
Nope.
And also, hey, Ogresk. Ogresk arrived.
Hey, Ogresk. Yes, exactly. That's the silly part, Gabriel. It's a manatee in Massachusetts. On the moors of Massachusetts, no less.
Yeah, like, how did he meet a manatee on ground?
Oh, it was at the seaside.
Oh,
on
the seaside.
Yeah. I don't know how that works, but it does.
Sure. Yeah, it works. In this scenario, it works.
Now,
he went to the shores of a
bishop
moor
of
and
town.
saw a manatee.
The bishop of the town blessed the twins, and in so, they saw an opportunity to do something they'd never done before. They went with him to the local cathedral because they'd never seen it. They didn't get out much with Goody. They were usually studying indoors. But they went with the bishop to the cathedral and went around looking, and at some point they actually lost him. He couldn't find them. He was looking all over the place, and the twins, being the demonically possessed little scamps they are, had wandered into the crypt underneath the cathedral. There were a lot of mausoleums and stuff, and it all, fed into the same crypt underneath the whole thing. And down there's a lot of glittery stuff. There's a lot of things that seem valuable. And these demonically possessed little things cannot keep their hands to themselves. So, they started pilfering. They stole from a stiff. Is it still embezzling if they're embalmed?
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
This is bad for me. All of your characters are at minus points.
to be fair, I've played this before. I have to discard that one because of fucking Butterfield. And 4 more cards. Oh
yeah, skip your draw phase this turn.
Oh, I didn't get to draw cards.
No.
Dang. In that case.
Hey, Specky.
I haven't looked at these.
Okay.
Let's group them. There we go.
And shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Or...
Sure.
There we go. Just to make sure.
Yeah, good idea.
So now it's my turn?
It is.
All right.
I don't get to draw cards.
You know, Mr. Giggles. Him being this ghostly skeletal thing with these ghosts greeting him, or so they think. At least Darius Dark thinks that there are some ghosts visiting this skeleton. He didn't know that these ghosts might be actually not the kind ones. These are very, very malevolent spirits that are haunting Giggles. Might be some old friends, family members who hated who Mr. Giggles was. It could be even the spirits of children who Giggles scared to death because, thanks to Darius Dark, I mean, this is not the most pleasant kind of sight for children. Probably got nightmares and got scared to death. Who knows?
Most likely.
But in the end, these spirits these ghosts that have been greeting him, they have had enough of his presence, and Mr. Giggles was torn from limb from limb. All the Darius Dark and the next day finds is a pile of bones. Giggles is gone.
Oh, I'll help you.
Rest in pieces. Yeah, I did that already. Yeah, this one we need to now do.
Rest in pieces.
Yep. There we go.
You now have 2 dead characters.
Yep.
Oof.
What was it that the untimely death first play only, and now my second
means
turn
it has to be the first card.
Okay, so now I can play anything.
Yeah.
All right.
Except for an untimely death.
Yeah.
It has to go on the first turn. You can also not play an untimely death on your first, but you know.
But that was such a good one. I had to. All right. Let's see. You know,
why this is one of those few games that my wife and I will routinely bring on vacations. It doesn't, take up too much space. It's not a big game, and it's relatively quick to play.
Yeah. You know, Alessandra Deville, being the illustrated lady, and she is too shy to show the tattoos, sometimes the pressure gets to him because everybody wants to see them, but she just won't show them because she just doesn't want to reveal what she has. She is either too shy to show any of the skin, pretty much, but it could also be she's a little bit embarrassed of the tattoos that she's got all over her body. Yeah. So sometimes you just gotta get out of there. Just gotta get away from everything. So she just leaves the carnival. Just wants to recompose herself. That maybe she can get some courage and everything if she goes outside into the world. She goes to the nearest town, finds a hotel room to stay in, and then just goes looking at the sights and everything. Just what the town has to offer. But because she's already so weird and people know about her, she works at the carnivals, many people have seen her, they're all whispering about her, like wondering what she really has under that garment. What are the tattoos? Is she afraid to show them? Are they so horrific? Are they just so silly? Are they stupid? She hears people talking about them, she gets even more and more just depressed, and she thought that she would have a nice, relaxing time to be away from everything, but it just makes it worse. And when she comes back to the carnival, she realized that she'd had a horrible holiday.
Oh,
you need to get away from your getaway.
that seems apt.
All right, now I get to discard all of my whole hand, and also next turn I skip my draw. Also skip the draw phase. So I got no cards.
Yeah.
Just no cards.
Next turn, all you can do is draw cards, and then that's it.
Yep.
You're done.
Yep.
So it's my turn.
Yep. I got no cards. You got one card. What a great turn.
I do. Now, the poor twins
Okay.
are in the crypt underneath the cathedral, stealing from all the corpses down there. Finally, the bishop actually catches up to them. My brain was a little further along in the sentence than my mouth was.
There should be a character.
He catches up to them. The bishop. The bitch off.
No, bishop is better.
Bishop actually catches up to them in the crypt, and seeing that they're pilfering from the stiff, he decides to chase them. He might have blessed them, but now they're desecrating the dead. They're, so to speak, soiling holy ground. As he decides to chase them, he ends up chasing them up the clock tower, where, unfortunately, the two twins aren't as well educated in the physical sense, because Goody mainly focuses on poisons and deadly stuff. She doesn't do that much PE. They aren't terribly good with heights or with, slippery old clock towers, and they actually end up falling to their death.
Aww.
They fell on high. Sometimes you have to take a dive.
Sometimes you have to take a dive.
Under.
Yes, thank you for the never fall. Apparently they're falling a long time.
Seems like it. There we go.
This is good.
And that's it. I can. The next one was pass. So 5 cards. Your turn.
Gotta say, this is going pretty well for each of us. Got 2 death characters already.
Yeah.
And that's my turn. There, 5 cards.
Nice.
I wonder what I got. Let me check.
So, I'm gonna tell you another story about what happened with Thumbelisa and her magnificent feast, where she learned she could out-eat anybody.
Alright.
The only reason she actually wanted to eat that much was because she had been drinking a lot, as she told. She was out with Samson, and he had introduced her to all manner of wonderful things, including absinthe and other alcoholics. Because of that, she started eating, and sometimes if you eat the wrong thing after drinking, the buzz will just keep on going. And because of that, she was heavily intoxicated. She was having the time of her life. She was really having a blast. And at this point, Darius wants to talk to her about the competitive eating. And she's not really sure who he is, as she's been too lost in the sauce. But he talks a good game and tells her how much money she'll make from this supposed talent of hers. And, she ends up actually going with him, despite not really being sure who he is. She was charmed by the circus. Doesn't enjoy watching a motley assortment of freakish folk cavort and caper about.
I mean, drinking makes you dumb. So, pretty much she just rejoined the carnival. she was a
did.
part of already. Damn it, now she's got... Shit. Smart move.
The wonderful thing about Lord Wellington's might, he was galled by gangrene. That is as bad as it gets, but you know how his story starts. We only learn that the rest of his family is looking at him through the lens of, oh man, this guy lost his wife. And that's why he's as bad as he is. What you don't know is that the wife he lost, he didn't just lose as things progress. She didn't just die like within their marriage. No, it was actually on the very, very first day. She was dead by the time they got to the honeymoon. He just managed to, you know, get her to say I do in front of all these people that were gathered. And as they were leaving the church and everything was happening, some vengeful god decided to strike her down, and he was widowed at the wedding.
Oh. Wow, minus 25.
The bride wore red. All right. Now it's your turn.
If she died at the wedding, what about the children? Are they adopted? The twins?
No, they had them out of wedlock. It's not his.
Oh, okay.
The only one that was his was Lola, but that was from a previous marriage.
Okay.
Such a weird story. I'm waving.
Well, I'm gonna play this card.
Oh.
Till death to us part. I can choose an untimely death from the discard pile and play it on a character with a heart icon or negative self-worth score. I got a perfect target for it.
Ah, cool.
Alright, let me... how do I go through these? Can't remember.
There is a way to... Oh, you can spread them.
Oh yeah, was it spread? Yeah. Alright.
It was devoured by weasels.
Yeah, that was what I had.
Just look at the bottom text, because sometimes they do give additional points if they match a... Yep.
Yeah, they don't match the heart at all. Well,
shame. Then just make sure that they don't accidentally overwrite one of the negatives. Or cover up, I should say.
Nope.
Right. While you decide, I'm gonna be right back.
All right. Gonna put that in my hand before I weave the story. It's fun. What do you guys think? Weaving really dark, humorous deaths for these really weird characters. I'm liking this. And the good thing is that you can just go as ridiculous as you want, because these death cards are hilarious. Should discard that. Also, we will be playing Dying Light later on. currently Zampact is unavailable because he has his haircut, well, pretty much in 5 minutes. He has the appointment is in 5 minutes. But he did say that he would arrive here just before Soy Munch, about 50 minutes to Soy Munch, or usual o'clock. So in about an hour, he'll be here. Less than an hour, actually. And when he arrives, we'll be switching to Dying Light. But we wanted to try this. We had two choices, actually, for what to do here, me and Zelda. Either try this out, or play Super Bunny Man. I think we're gonna try Super Bunny Man later at some other point. This was a better choice, in my opinion. I'm glad I found this game on Tabletop Simulator. This is much more fun than Super Bunny Man. I'm just enjoying the music. It's the fight against Metaton. When he goes through the transformation. I should actually add that back, the Metaton dance. I think I still have the original version of it. Because on BTTV you have to make it into a square, but on 7TV it can be any size, pretty much.
I am back.
Hello, welcome back.
Did you decide?
Yep. I'm just waiting for you so I can weave the story. The story of a death. So as we know, our dear Alessandra Deville had a horrible holiday. It was a bad idea to go to town. What was she thinking? Why would she go to the nearest place where people have already seen her? She should have thought much better about this. Go further, somewhere else. Yep. And as she returned back to the carnival, she was like, no, they're still coming to see her, and they're ridiculing her now because she wouldn't do anything for them. And they wouldn't do anything to her other than ridicule. It was horrible. It's terrible. And then she just collapses on the stage. And people go check her out, and nobody knows why, but a doctor who was amongst the audience checks her out, and the only conclusion that he could gather from her corpse is that she purely died of despair.
Aw.
A person can only take so much heartache.
Yeah.
Okay, Gabriel. Have fun.
Right.
Oh yeah, I gotta do this.
I'll be back.
I mean, it makes sense that she died of despair.
Yeah.
And now I discard my entire hand, so it becomes your turn. Yeah, I had certain good cards too, but yeah.
On the positive side, you still do get to draw back up to 5.
Whoop.
Not skipping your draw phase.
Zip.
Nothing good?
Let's see. think of one really bad one. Otherwise, all right cards.
I think I do.
Jeez. Everything okay there?
Yeah, my wife decided to slam the door. I don't know why. It happens. Yeah. So, being perturbed by the pudding at this feast, goodies are started to attract attention because, you know, I can't be the only one seeing this. And she tries to, you know, have people come and look, and everybody kind of sees the same thing. Until, at some point, they stop questioning if she's seeing something weird or if they're seeing it too, and start questioning if she's doing it to her. Or, sorry, she's doing it to them. They begin to suspect that she might not be who she says she is. She might be more darker. Something that they can't quite put their hands or fingers or anything else upon. Until, you know, a generational memory pops up at the back of their mind, going, hey, these are the kind of people we used to drown and burn at stakes. They decide that she might actually be a witch. So what do you do with a witch? Well, you're at a feast where most people now are deciding that, hey, she's not who we think she is. Let's get her. She ends up actually being burned by a mob.
Oh boy.
50 people with torches and pitchforks can't be wrong.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hey, Zampact. He's home early.
Hey, setbacked. All right. Well, in that case, I'm almost done with this. Because I now get to play a second death card.
Yep.
And wouldn't you know it, that with all that happened on his wedding night, and
wouldn't you know it?
Him being galled by gangrene,
Yep.
Wellington Smythe isn't doing that well. And he doesn't actually find anyone, and all of his, you know, near relatives have either died or, you know, have been lost somewhere. And now it's just him. That actually is the worst thing of all. He ends up dying old and alone.
Aww. No, 50 cats don't count.
Right, your turn.
So, what do you do if you have an untimely death but you can't play it? Can you discard? Or...
I mean, I think the rule is that you can choose to discard your entire hand and then...
Yeah. Or pass.
Or pass, but, you know, you don't have to play an untimely death. You can play anything else.
True.
It's just that if you want to play an untimely death, it has to be the first.
Okay. So I can play anything.
It doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't have to be an untimely death. The untimely death just has to be on the first play, if that makes sense.
All right. So, let's see.
Welcome back, Smell Futsu. I mean, Good Futsu.
Smell good Futsu. Well, you know, even though the butler has had quite the adventure already, like he got chased by poodles, and now he got mauled by a manatee of all things, because he didn't know what it is and what that was, and somehow it was in the ocean when it's a river creature. Maybe that made it mad, because it was so salty. And it decided to attack him. That's the nearest thing that it could. But he survived the attack. He was only mauled. He's feeling a little bit sad and all. But then he finds a nice location with people out there having a good time, throwing frisbees, walking their dogs, going for jogs and everything. He realizes it's a very nice park that he is at. And there's a family close by, laying on the lawn on a blanket. A very, those plaid blankets like you had. So he realizes they're having a picnic and he goes to them, "May I join you?" And they're like, "Of course you can join us. Here, have a sandwich or two." And he's like, "Oh yeah." And he just has a picnic at the park. A jug of wine, a loaf of bread, and a pack of wolves in the woods. Alright, my second card then. Let's see. You know what, Darius Dark, not the smartest man, not how to handle his carnival and all. We all know that. And the bishop had a very unfortunate event at the Hemlock Hall. And Bishop decided to come and visit the carnival and visit Darius Dark himself. But after the bishop took a little tour, Darius Dark trying to explain everything in a more happier tone and everything, even though I'm sure the bishop can see that everything's not well here. And he notices that many are like rigged the games there, and also sees some of his freaks and other attractions there. And the bishop realizes that this could be a place of evil. Like, this is not a good place. It's not a happy place, and what it should be when it's a carnival. And pretty much, the bishop just looks at Dark and starts waving his finger like, God and Jesus does not like this. And Dark just goes, oh, because he got chastised by the church. We're not going to speculate about your vile, deviant practices.
No.
The bishop just waves his finger like, oh. So now my draw limit has decreased by 1 again, so I can only draw 1 card.
I'm wondering if I should make this quick or make this very silly.
Do whatever. I mean, Zambek is here, so we can start playing Dying Light.
Alright, I'll make it... You know what? I'll make it silly just because that's funnier.
Yeah, make it silly, because this is such a silly, great game. I like this so much.
Then I'll make the story shorter.
Okay.
So, Butterfield is now at a picnic in a park with a lovely couple. The trouble is that, the family, Hemlock Hall, is, well, kinda like the Addams. Except that so is everybody else in this neighborhood. And he's very disturbed at what he's finding in this sandwich he got. Because there are actually maggots in the meat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Finders, keepers.
Yep.
Like it that there's a comma there.
And the thing is, now that he looks closer upon the two that so graciously invited him to the picnic, he notices that one of them is none other than the queen. Indeed, the queen herself has so graciously invited him to the picnic, and now he's spewing everything he can because of the maggots in the meat. Now, she hasn't seen this, so she just thinks he's, taking the piss. Can't be true. There can't be maggots in the meat, and, well, she hasn't seen any because, well, Butterfield tossed the entire thing. So she begins berating him because who does that to the queen? Nobody. She actually gets angry, and she starts not just, chastising him, but she actually curses him. Was cursed by the queen.
Wow.
He's not amused.
She is not amused. What is that? Like 3 parts, and it's Down to minus 15 total. Holy shit.
Your turn.
Well, I'll make this one very simple. You know, Darius, not the smartest guy. He's made mistakes. He got chastised by the church. And he was like, whatever. And he just died without cares. Just died. Yeah, we should all be so lucky. He's just dead.
Oh.
Just, like he just, whatever.
Stopped and died.
Yep. No.
You get to draw cards.
No, I did get a draw. One card.
Oh.
Because it was on Darius, it was the limit that I could only have 4 cards in my hand.
All right.
But now it's gone. So now for Thumbelisa.
Yes.
You know, even though she was charmed by the circus, coming back to the carnival, it was like, I didn't want to come. She has now sobered up and everything, and realizes,
I should will.
why am I back here? She didn't want to come back here. So she finds good old Samson's stash, and just starts drinking. But the only thing that she could find was rum. And that makes her, you know, it makes her very drunk, and she starts talking like a pirate and all that. So pretty much she's currently doing opera singing while drunk, and she's singing like a freaking pirate, so nobody wants to see her anyway. She got ruined by rum. The bane of pirates and socialites alike.
Oh, you don't get to draw any cards.
Yeah. It's Piggy singing.
Well, okay then.
Alright, now it's your turn.
Let's end this. Butterfield was cursed by the Queen because of the things he insinuated about her picnic, which, while true, she didn't know. So, what do you do when the Queen is on your back? You know, when she's out to get you, what do? You run as fast as you can away. Just try your best to disappear. And here on the marshes, or the moors of Massachusetts, there is a lot of fog. And luckily, oh well, unluckily for Butterfield, he actually disappeared in the fog. He's dead, yo. You're out in the bog, watch out for the fog.
Well. He did, yo.
Yep. So normally you would tally up all your negative scores, and the one with the lowest score wins.
I'm sure you won because Darius got zeroed out. I mean,
Yeah,
definitely.
that one
I mean,
is-
just look at this. Is minus 50 just on freaking Butler. I mean, there's
One
no
thing about the died without cares is you can actually play any of the death cards, especially this one, on a competitor. So you could have played that on one of my cards to,
that's
you know,
cool.
limit how much I can get.
Want to see the cards that I had in my hand?
Oh yeah.
My next turn would have been real bad. First, it would have been that. Was wondrously well wed. I don't know who would have gotten married.
Butterfield.
And also, I had this ready.
Broken mirrors, cancels, and discard an event card. Nice.
Yep. If you had played an event card, I would have thrown that in.
Tried to do this. These were mine.
Was plagued by the pox, suffered from sores, found love on the lake, was put into prison. There's a place for everyone. This is yours. Sooner or later, someone bound to sink your boat. Apparently, you are a sore loser. You picked up the pox from a fox in a box.
This is a silly game.
I love it.
I will say, I was hoping that I would get one of the very special event cards that I had the first time I played this game. There is an event card that lets a character figure out that they are their own imaginary friend, and then they disappear. Which means they're completely gone from the game. Their scores don't matter or anything. We had that, and I had a friend who actually won the entire game by doing that to one of his own characters. That was the only one he hadn't been able to kill all game, and he just... Oh, they figure out their own imaginary friend, and they just vanished.
Was overcome by the measles. X marks the spots.
Oh. Popular in Parliament. Luckily, the voters are morons.
Was taunted by tigers. You're not the ringleader this time.
It's written out of the will. Where there's a will, there's a way to get cheated out of your share.
Was marooned on the moors. Stupid crows, stupid breadcrumbs, stupid moors.
Was shunned by society. Can you blame them?
Was sickened by salmon. Fish foul or foul fish.
Oh, choked on a bone. At least you had last supper. Anyway.
Ran out of air. It's never appreciated until it's gone.
True. I had a feeling you'd like this game.
Yep.
It's very simple to play and very fun.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're like 3 players, you suddenly have to keep track of who's who and who's playing what on who. On the positive side, you would play with fewer characters in front of you. So if you're 3 players, you only have 4.
Okay.
To make it a lot easier.
Yeah. So I guess if we had other players, we would unlock one character and turn them around.
Yeah. At least in this version. In the physical version, you just keep them in the box.
Yeah.
But do look at the other characters. They're fun as well.
Oh damn, murderous matriarch. She rules the Blackwater clan with an iron fist and when necessary with blackmail, poison and a knife in the dark. Cousin Mordecai, the red-headed stepchild, inbreeding is the least of his worries.
Yeah.
Balthazar, the unfaithful hound. Balthazar knows where all the bones are buried. Angel, starry-eyed serial killer. Angel's always had a hankering to go to the big city and kill someone. William Stark, disturbing handyman. William has worked with the old dam for decades. In that time, he's handled all sorts of jobs and relatives.
Alright, let me do these ones then.
Yep.
Because the one you were looking at was Blackwater Watch. And this last one is Castle Slogar. On the one side, we have Melissa Slogar, Cadaverous Child. It's a shame when a child dies at a tender age, but sometimes it's a shame when she doesn't. Lord Slogar, Brain in a Box. Lord Slogar's thoughts may be muddled, but Helena shows us that his heart is in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
Elias E. Gore. Because he's Igor, right?
Yep.
Itinerant Gravedigger. It can be hard for a traveling gravedigger to find jobs, but there's always work at Castle Slogar. Professor Helena Slogar, eccentric inventor. Helena enjoys gardening, long walks in the moonlight, and reanimating the dead. And lastly, Grogar, work in progress. Professor Slogar is determined to create the perfect room for her daughter. She still has ways to go.
It's a freaking teddy bear with a brain.
I do have an expansion that adds houses, so you have the house for the family as well, and it adds another family, but I can't remember them because I haven't played enough with that.
Ah.
Yeah,